Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormis back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. I guess we're going to be doing a part 2 to my predictions for Rally's Major or Major 1, which is pretty interesting. Obviously, I would have liked to have done this in one video, but I just really didn't want to have to do the calculations and try to create the bracket myself. So I had just done my predictions for yesterday's video, or sorry, for yesterday's matches in yesterday's video, which I didn't end up uploading till the end of the night. I completely just forgot to publish the video. I had made the video after like the first series were pretty much done, so yeah, that was my bad. Anyways, this one's going up a little bit earlier, but we got some more matches today. So yeah, I mean, Group A we'll talk about first. We'll just go in order between group to group. Or I guess we'll go group to group. So, of course, we've got the subliners already qualified for the Major 1 bracket. So, shout out to the subliners going 6-0 so far this weekend. They look pretty solid. Preston or Priesta has looked really, really good. And then the other qualifier match will be between Minnesota and LAG, which I would just give it to Minnesota, but you never know. Maybe the Gorillas could figure it out. But I do think Minnesota is the better team, so we'll see how they do. And then in Group B, Toronto obviously clutch up in the reverse sweep against Palindrome, and they ended up 3-0ing Optic, which was really surprising. And yeah, so they qualify already for the Major 1 bracket, and then the match to also qualify, or the other match to qualify for the bracket is Texas versus Florida, which I would give to Texas. Not that I think Florida has been bad this weekend. Obviously, it was a very close series with them already, so we get that rematch, of course, and they took down Palindrome, but I just think Texas will be better today. Of course, Texas has had a lot of issues with practice over the past couple weeks, so I have a feeling the more they play together, the better they're just going to get, obviously. So with that being said, we'll move on to Group C. FaZe almost lost to LAG Academy, which was very interesting. Surge sweep the Ravens, then get swept by FaZe. Now they go up against the LAG Academy, which is going to be a really good series, and I'd really like to see LAG Academy make it to the bracket, but I don't think they will. I do think Seattle will clutch up and probably win in like a tight 5-game series. I would, obviously, Atlanta makes it to the Major 1 bracket as well. They looked decent yesterday. They didn't look great against LAG, but they looked great against the Surge. So, yeah, then moving on to Group D, probably the biggest surprise of this entire bracket is that the Breach are going home already and Vegas are still alive. So yeah, shout out to Vegas. Of course, we've got the Thieves who qualified. They looked pretty solid yesterday, and Vegas looked really, really good yesterday. Having a map count of 5-5 yesterday is not bad. They looked pretty decent, of course. They did get reverse swept by the Thieves, so that's not great by any means, but still, you know, really good. And Gizmo looked fantastic yesterday, so I'm intrigued to see how this matchup goes. I can honestly see it going either way, to be fair. If I had to bank on one team making it into, or one amateur team making it to the final bracket, I would probably give it to Elevate over LAG Academy, just because I think LAG Academy's opponent in the Surge is a tougher opponent than Elevate's opponent in the Legion. So that's the only reason why I would think, or I would go with Elevate. So that is very possible. And of course, like I said, the Thieves make it to the Major 1 bracket, which means the teams we would have would be, well, if I were to guess, it would be New York and Minnesota, Toronto and Texas, Atlanta and Seattle, and then LA Thieves, and I'm going to say Elevate. I think. So, yeah, that'll be really fun. I don't know how the seeding would work for that at all. I don't know, because of course it's first and second seed per group. So I guess that just means it would be like this, first versus second seed. So I guess at the top of the bracket we'd have New York versus Minnesota, then we'd have Toronto versus Texas, we'd have Atlanta versus Surge, and then we'd have Thieves versus Elevate. So that'll be interesting, and that'll be the bracket. Then the losers of those matches go down here. Of course, the winners keep going. I'm not gonna go through every single match prediction because it would make it quite a challenge, unfortunately. And again, I'm just not trying to do all this math and predicting right now. Of course, we still got a long weekend of matches. We get a ton of matches today as well. But I'm going to give you 3 teams that I think win this tournament. And first up, I mean, this isn't. Well, I think I'll probably go like 3-1. So my number 3 pick right now would be the Subliners. If the Subliners continue to play like they did yesterday, honestly, the Subliners may be the best team right now, to be fair. It's very possible. They looked really, really great yesterday. Obviously, the Gorillas have been an up and down team. Rocker looked decent yesterday as well, but, the Subliners were just the better team. The Subliners kind of destroyed Rocker as well in that series. So, yeah, I think the Subliners are kind of a dark horse for winning this event. And then at number 2, I would give it to Atlanta. I think Atlanta obviously is just going to get better pretty much as the weekend goes on. It's obviously the Thieves could be going back to back to back. I don't think they will, but it is possible. They probably have the easiest group, if I would guess at least, I would say. But my number 1 pick to win right now is most definitely the Toronto Ultra. They look incredible, and Scrappy is insane. His stats are insane. He posted up a 1.56 against Optic yesterday, which is absolutely insane. Scrappy is an absolute beast. He is playing very, very well. Of course, really solid stats already so far this year, so shout out to Scrap or Scrappy. So really, really fun to see him play, of course. I'm rooting for my Toronto boys. I'm rooting for my Minnesota boys. But, yeah, if I had to guess, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Toronto-Atlanta final. It's very possible. And, yeah, if I had to predict a Challengers team or an amateur team making it to the final bracket for the weekend, I would give it to Elevate. Because, again, Elevate looked really, really good yesterday, and probably the best Challengers team. I know a lot of people would say LAG, but I think I might give it to Elevate, to be honest. So, and yeah, Palindrome also was really good. That Spanish team was really, really solid. Obviously gave Toronto a run for their money, and they had some very entertaining matches. But overall, I'm excited to see how this entire tournament ends up. But if I were to pick a winner right now, it would be the Toronto Ultra. So with that being said, guys, let me know who you have winning this tournament. I'm intrigued to see some different answers because I'm sure there will be different answers. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.